are well over the 1 month mark already in camp. And if you watched episode 1, there's an immense amount of things to do to get this property and these buildings dewinterized and brought back down, and concerns to bush and branches and grass. What you may not know, and what I'm sure of, is Suskeena Lodge is the only First Nation owned Steelhead Fly Fishing Lodge in British Columbia, Canada, perhaps the entire world. So this is an awesome endeavor that has taken place with the local First Nations group, Takla Nation, which I'm extremely proud to be working with. This is a big move, concerns to the Suskeena watershed and the Suskeena region.
So it started with a guide outfit, and you know, we through many conversations, and we met the Van Veltons who owned the lodge before, and it was just perfect timing for them and for Takla, and we ended up purchasing off of them. And from the get-go, the tourism department for Takla was a bit of a dream with no real expertise, I guess. It was more, you know, this lodge is in the middle of our territory, and there's so much history in the area, and you know, beside that, it's also a good investment for the nation. And we came in and did our first season with the help of, we went and hired people that knew what they were doing, thankfully, and tried to give them as much resources as they could to make a good go of it. And this is now 3 years in. This is our 3rd season, I believe, and we're super happy for it.
So anyone that's height challenged, just come closer to the front. All right, the count of 3, everyone yell Suskeena. 3, 2, 1. Suskeena!
We have a trip that we put together every August, which we call Takla Spring Salmon Week. And while the Chinook are passing by our local waters here, we're able to take nation members out, teach them how to handle fly rods, learn to spay fish, learn to drift through and mend line, and potentially hook up and catch and release a Chinook salmon in these home waters, which is super cool.
At the same time we host that week, we get to spend time around the fire and picking berries, and we get to, in some ways, teach the lodge about our history of the area and how we used to use the resources here to survive. And it's really the complete package of what this area can provide. And it's just more reason why it needs to be protected and cared for.
It also gives us a chance with our culinary team and our service team to work out some of the kinks of our food and beverage program, and put out some of the dishes that we're going to be putting out later on in the season for our regular steelhead season. So that's great. It gets the team fired up and onto that lodge level, and it also enables some of the great people from the area to come in and experience what the lodge is all about kind of pre-season.
We also got to host our 2nd annual horseshoe tournament, and it's an awesome supplementary to to the fishing and the experience. You know, we have a little prize and a little trophy, and each year we tend to build on to that trophy. With this year was a KFC bucket, but
it's a pretty serious event that can last an entire day, but it gets everybody together out on the beautiful lawn here in front of the river, firing off horseshoes, laughing, and, you know, celebrating this incredible piece of property on this land here.
Well, we got some winners for the second annual Suskeena Championship here for horseshoes. The winning team. The Silver Cup. We got together a little bit. Yeah, there it is.
Undefeated.
Undefeated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6-0.
Yeah.
6. 1,
There it
2,
is.
3, 4, 4-0.
The bottom feeders, any words after the game
It
here?
was fun. We hope to see you next year. We might have to come back and defend our title.
That's
We
for
might.
sure.
Yeah.
Mark, what was the trick? Bacon grease on the hits?
Oh, I think it's just the knife hand grip.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it really works well.
Yeah, right on. Congrats, guys.
Right on. Thank you.
Hey, it's Zach here from Campbell River. I grew up doing some saltwater and freshwater fishing, and this is my second year here up on the Sustat as a full-time guide at Suskeena Lodge, and pretty stoked to be up here.
What do you do in the off-season time?
Off-season really depends. A lot of the time I spend at the hatchery in town, the Quinsam Hatchery, just making spring, chinook, and pinks. Really depends.
Do you also work at a tackle store?
I do. I just spent the last 2 years at Thai Marine in Campbell River, right on the ocean there. I worked kind of just helping out people get their rigs ready and getting them fishing and fresh in salt water. So.
Hi, my name is Megan. I'm from Vancouver Island and I live in Toronto. My job at Suskeena Lodge is front of house server and housekeeper.
Hi, I'm Wes, originally from Ontario, and have been lucky enough to be working at Suskeena for a little over 10 years now, and it's a super special place to me. These fish are just amazing creatures. As an angler and a guide here, I feel it is my responsibility and duty to help protect these fish by educating and promoting the best catch and release practices possible.
Nice. I've been here 3 seasons now. Yeah, creative freedom is great. I run a little bistro in a way. We make things fresh every night. It's one of the bigger challenges is to get food in on a flight, on time, fresh, and transform it into everything we need.
Has this job helped with your new addiction to fly fishing?
Well, yeah, I couldn't cast before I got here, and there's some really kind people that work here as well with me. They've given me great direction, and now it's just like sharpening knives or, you know, creating a nice loaf of bread. I've practiced, and I love it. I love it. It goes hand in hand. It can be very distracting, thinking, well, I know the fish are moved in, but no, we're serving a nice meal tonight, and the next night.
For years, the lodge ran 2 older vehicles, really old vehicles that you've seen perhaps in episode 1, that were stored up here since the 90s, early 90s, some maybe late 80s, used for passenger transport from the airport and back. And then we would also use these old Polaris Ranger side-by-sides to get to the upper section and do pickups in the lower section and general lodge operations during low water cycles in the river. We had to use these side-by-sides a lot. But I'm super stoked to show you the 2 brand new Can-Am Defender Limiteds that we have now purchased and at lodge front, thanks to Jaden and his crew, to take over for our guest transportation from the airport to the lodge and everything in between. These are beauties. So much firewood needed at a remote steelhead or fishing lodge, or camp for that matter. We only have wood burning for heat in over 10, almost 12 buildings. So we need to find standing deadfall dry pine that can supply us for the whole season for heat. We're already running wood burning stoves and it's the first week of August. So boys are gonna safely drop some, get them into rounds, and split them. Beauty, Wes.
Guys, so we've dropped the tree from the road, got it all onto the road here, and now comes the hard part. He's gonna buckle all the pieces up, you can hear in the background there, and then I'm gonna haul them out to the trailer, chuck them in there, and get them back to the lodge.
Yeah, historic high water levels are becoming lower somewhat each year, I believe. This river in particular can start getting pretty low in August, where by the time our regular season occurs, there's a section of the mid to lower river that we actually can't pass. So today we're gonna run 2 of our jet boats down and anchor them out front of Valhalla, and that way we can access the lower river via side-by-side. We can get down to the Valhalla's water access point and run the boats out from there for the day, come back, and then bring the guests back to the lodge via side-by-side. So we have a shot right now where there's enough water to get the boats down there anchored and ready, in anticipation that if this keeps dropping, we won't have a shot to actually get the boats physically down there. So today we will be running down with 3 boats, Wes, Zach, and myself, leaving 2 there and coming back up with 1. Anticipating lower water. I mean, it could just stay high enough where we could run everywhere, but if we don't get those boats down there in time, we miss the shot. So every jet boat runs different no matter what. They just have different hydrodynamics, the way the hulls are built, the way the steering reacts, the way they slide on turns. Now, upriver is always kind of a piece of cake compared to downriver. So you got to imagine when you're on top of the water now going double the land speed, turns, recorrections, how you throttle, everything changes. So once you jump in a new jet boat, you definitely want to practice how it turns down. Yeah, so this section of water, we when we come down, we got to stop here, wade down a little bit, have a look. It splits into 2 channels here, and depending on a foot of extra water or 2 feet of not enough water, the channel changes. So we spin around, shore the boats, and then walk down and have a boo.
We'll stay river right. There's a gravel bar in the middle of the river. We'll stay on the river right channel. And then we're coming in Forget-Me-Not, and then there's not really anywhere to stop before Forget-Me-Not. So we're gonna run all the way to Valhalla from here. So Forget-Me-Not is probably the highest consequence spot, right?
Yeah.
So when you come into Forget-Me-Not, river right, pretty far river right, and then after the first like curler, that first white water, you cut back into the middle of the river.
And then you just shoot straight down.
Exactly like the raft line. Okay. Exactly.
I said, hold up, cock my glizzy, bang, bang.